students, I, Dr. Upali Sangpa, and today we are going to discuss regarding writing chapter first, Introduction to the Study of our MBA project. So let's discuss about the chapter first. First of all, in the point or in the under the heading of introduction, we are going to describe the topic concepts which you undertake for your study. For example, if anyone undertaken the study regarding training and development, then it is expected that student has to explain the concepts of training and development and why it is important in the corporate sector. Then you have to explain your study, how it is going to help the organization to solve their problems. For example, how training and development will be helpful to solve competent human resource required by the organization. Then second point will be objectives and importance of the study. Here we are going to mention those points separately. In 1.2.1 we are going to discuss or describe our objectives of the study. It is expected that students has to state their objectives accurately. In the light of these objectives, they are going to conduct their study. Then in the 1.2.2, importance of the study should be mentioned. Here, while writing the importance of the study, students are expected to find out the current gaps between the present practices and improving those situations. How your study is helpful, that should be discussed with the suitable examples of your study areas. Then in the 1.3, scope and limitations of the study, again we are going to mention differently. First we are going to discuss about the scope, that is 1.3.1 scope. Scope means coverage of the study. The students expected to write the scope considering their study area, sample comprises. Okay, then let's discuss about the limitations. We can give it a numbering as 1.3.2 limitations. Here it is expected to describe the limitations of the study concerning training period, that is 180 days limitations, as well as whatever the limitations occur due to this lockdown moment, those you are also here able to mention here. Respondent related limitations, then secondary or first hand data related limitations you have to discuss here. Then in 1.4, research methodology of the study we are going to write down. The research methodology study should comprises 2 points. First is primary data and second is secondary data. So let's see what is the and how we have to write down the primary data. The primary data is collected through observation method, interview method and conducting survey with the help of questionnaires and schedules. Also, it is observed that most of the students are writing here only the theory of these methods and they forget to write how this methodology you have used for your project. So keep in mind that avoid theoretical information and kindly describe how you practically going to implement these methods for your study. Here is expected only to write that only from these methods how you used or apply this theory for your study, that should be mentioned, and avoid what is the observation method, what is its advantages, what is our disadvantages, but it is expected how observation method you used for your project, how You developed your observation schedule on the basis of theory information and how it is limited for your study and which are benefits for your project by using this method. Those should be mentioned here and avoid to write the theory from different books. Then let's discuss about the secondary data. Secondary data described here under the title of secondary data. It is expected that you describe the sources used to collect the secondary data. These secondary sources are books, records, registers, brochures, organizational reports, government publications, semi-government publications, publications of banks and financial institutes, newspapers and periodicals, reports of committees and commissions, publications of international bodies. Okay, while writing those sources, you should keep in mind that you are only going to mention the actually sources you used for the study and also avoid only to enlist them. Then our next point is the study. It is clearly denoted with 1.4.2. Hypotheses are the proposed solution or tentative answer to the problem and which should be proved or disapproved through your research findings. A hypothesis is tested by scientific methods that relates independent variable to some dependent variable. A research study consists of two hypotheses, that is null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. The null hypothesis being tested is called as null hypothesis and it is designated as H0. Here H stands for hypothesis and 0 which is given in subscript, it stands for 0 means null. The alternative hypothesis is the alternative to null hypothesis. Both the null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis is to be decided before data collection and those should be mentioned. These hypotheses are being tested by applying statistical tools like Z-test, T-test, F-test and chi-square. The student has to make proper selection of the test. Okay. So students, under the title of hypothesis of the study, it is expected that you have to write here alternative hypothesis and null hypothesis. Then next point is 1.4.3, that is sampling. For the purpose of research study, you already selected the sample that you have to describe here. Sampling is necessary when population is large. The student has to discuss here flexibility, reliability, efficiency and representativeness of the sample which they have selected for the study. The student can describe the exactly which sampling method or technique you have used from deliberate sampling, simple random sampling, systematic sampling, stratified sampling, quota sampling, area sampling, cluster sampling, multi-stage sampling and spot sampling. Here expected the student should avoid theoretical information and describe how you practically implemented these methods or techniques of sampling for your study. At the end of chapter, you have to write closure. It is observed that most of the students did not write the closure. One of the format of writing closure given here. It is as Thus, this chapter is devoted to describe or discuss the concepts related present study such as training and development, objectives and importance of the study, scope and limitations of the study, research methodology of the study, assumptions and hypotheses of the study, sampling of the study, etc. And next chapter is devoted to discuss introduction to the organization. So students, hope you understand how to write the first chapter of our project report. Thank you.